All right, another day in the shop on the Ghost Tree. So tonight I started tackling this guy and this dude over here. It's about to get crazy. So everything down low was fairly simple. This top branch is going to be really easy also. So I would say the bulk of the hours are going to be up here. It's just kind of a tangled mess. So you know how your mind starts wandering when you're doing something like this, but it almost looks like someone with big hair swinging a golf club. So you can see the club, you see the finish up there, you see the massive twirl of hair as you're trying to hit the ball 350 yards. Anyway, I guess you got to be a golfer to kind of see it. But anyway, your mind starts playing. I mean, these things come alive. That's one of the cool things about them is you know, as you look at the small one there, I mean, it's starting to come alive. It's starting to look like something other than, you know, a bunch of little pieces of metal together. And, you know, one thing I'm learning, I'm learning constantly. Say hi to Benny. There's his ball. You know, one thing I'm learning is that the more curvature I give these, you know, they might seem straight in the picture, but, you know, give it a little bit more bend, even if it's, you know, working, you know, from right to left or left to right on a horizontal plane. You know, it doesn't have to be just necessarily up and down. But so here's our big guy. And I know there are some inconsistencies with the picture, and that's all right. So the beauty of inconsistencies with the picture is there's a little bit of artistic freedom here. But that dude in the back there, you know, there's a good couple hours worth of work, and this little guy is another hour's worth of work. So, you know, we're getting there. It's starting to really take shape. And I think that as we add these next branches on up top there, it's really, really going to look like something spectacular. So, all right. The next branch is this guy. Comes up, jumps out, goes forward, has a spur right here, has another big spur coming across the top. So I took the liberty to do, so let me get you to focus, this first one. So this is going to be on the big tree. Not all welded yet, not all sanded. That's that big long spur going out. And then focus. Focus, focus, focus. Oh, come on. There you go. So now we're going to build the small one together. Right now it's 0-0 Diamondbacks versus the Giants. Focus, focus, focus. All right. So this is now what I'm going to copy. I'm going to make it about 2/3 or whatever for the smaller tree. Anyway, now that I kind of figured out how to bend everything, build everything, I'm just going to go with a little bit smaller material, and copying it should take about, 1/3 of the time as the original. So still a little bit of welding to do on this. But anyway, let's build the smaller one. I'm making that first part there. About 1/3 of that's going to be right to here. Icrometer. Really important, the icrometer. All right, so I got to make a nice little bend up here to match that other one. Just using a simple bender, Harbor Freight bender. I'll show you that in another video. Anyway, I'm trying to make this piece here. I'm trying to match these two. So anyway, coming close to the 2/3. All right, so that butts off. Now I'm going to go, I've got the same 1-inch pipe on this one. Now I got to go to something a little smaller. So next size down I have from this is 1/2 inch. So all these branches here are going to be 1/2 inch, then drop down to you know, maybe some 3/8 and maybe some 1/4 at the end. So anyway, lots of small branches. This is a big one. These are the fun ones. According to this, got a nice little S turn in this. So just make an S with the bender, sharp angle, then semi-flat, a little bit rounded. So we'll do this all out of a piece of just 1/2 inch solid stock. All right. So that's my template. See that? This is the other piece. And we're totally backwards on that bend. The beauty of the welder, cut that, spin that around, put it on the right way. So I don't know about all you guys, but when it comes to stuff like this, dyslexia is a thing bad. So now, flip that over, weld that, blend it. I got the right direction. That is that. Bend that up just a little bit. Kind of got something like that. Something like that. So when I weld this, you know, I want this to feather down into one, you know, go from 3/8 to, or 1/2 inch to 3/8. So I'm just putting a lot more weld on this side, and then I'm going to go sand it and feather it down really nice. So I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so that's blended. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. Neither is nature. That's the one thing I going for me. Man, the only thing really truly round and smooth and everything else in nature is a snake. So I do not want this to look nice and round and smooth. I want it to have character and bumps, and I know that this angle is not quite the same as this angle. That's okay too. It swoops up. My dimension's pretty close. Now I'm going to put the 2 little forks on here. So I'm just going to weld a couple pieces of 1/4 inch to the end of this thing. It's easier for me to do it like this and then cut it afterwards. These are basically just broken off branches. All right, so I'm rounding all these off, mainly because I'm going to bump into them about 50,000 times here before this project's over. So anyway, I got that branch done. Now it's time to start on this guy down here. So short, this is going to be back out of that 1/2 inch box tube, or 1/2 inch round tubing with a nice 45 in it. This one I'm just going to cut. I'm not going to try to bend it. I'm just going to cut it, stick it on top, weld it, go to a piece of the 3/8 and put a little 1/4 inch spur on it. Micrometer. Something like that. All right, 3/8 at an angle, blend that. I'm calling that a dead soldier. At least 50 of these on the job. This job anyway. The new ones you can get in the, you know, those joints, those elbows areas. Little 1/4 inch spur off that. I think we're pretty close, scale-wise. So, done. Now this big long kicker. So, 1/2 inch rod rolled, probably at least a good 3 feet. That's gonna be big. So we're doing this one right now. All right, somewhere around there. So I'm not going to weld this all the way because it's got a little spur sticking off of it. I want to keep getting this shape. So right about there, it's going to drop straight down. All right, more spurs off of that. So right about here, it's going to switch to 3/8. All right, let's attempt to put all these together. By the way, Diamondbacks are beating the Gigantes. I almost can't even say it. Anyway, they're up 2-0 in the 6th. So, still, any baseball is better than no baseball. So this is my base. I'm going to clamp that down. 1/2 inch pipe fits right down into that nice 3/4. That's all we're doing here. Sliding it down a little bit, and that's got to be blended. So before I get too crazy and weld everything up, I'm gonna check the angle of the dangle on this thing. So it comes off the side here, comes out straight, and then loops up around. I think we're pretty close. So anyway, it's hard to see with these other branches behind it. I spent a lot of time looking at it. And then this piece comes off to the side. So this guy kind of flies out of there like that. So I would love to make sure all my angles are absolutely perfect and everything when I'm sticking this stuff together. However, one of the later processes is the beauty of the rosebud torch, where I can heat stuff up and I can bend it, correct the angles a little bit as I see fit. So I'm really not 100% worried about making sure this comes in this way and that comes in that way and this kicks off here, because a little bit of rosebud, heat that metal up, just tweak it by hand after I got it up eye level to where it's close to where it's supposed to be. That's the beauty of doing stuff like this. Like I say, it's not going to be close to 100% of what that actual tree is. It's going to be, but it's going to look like it. It's going to be close enough. Really, the only guys that are really going to know that, guys and gals, are you and me. So I can't stress enough, I don't want to spend hours and hours and hours trying to figure out angles and everything else. Because the bottom line is, you know, how it looks here, how it looks in the shop, we're going to be real critical of everything. But if you stand 10 feet away from this thing when it's done, you're just going to go, son of a bitch. And like I say, it's going to have enough of the simple characteristics of that tree at Bandon. You're going to see those and you're going to say, that's the oak tree. That's the ghost tree. So that's kind of, you know, that gives me a lot of liberty here. And like I say, the people that are going to know about that are me and you. That's it. But it's artwork. It's not supposed to be exact match. Nothing in nature is the same. And I want this to look natural. Let's give that a whirl. All right, so from where we started tonight, small tree, big tree. Try to give you another little angle here. There's the big kicker. This is starting to turn into that tangled mess I was telling you about. There's that over there. I mean, one of the beauties of this is every time you walk and look at a different angle, the thing changes. So it's getting there.